Good afternoon and welcome to Archbishop Carroll High School, home of the Patriots. Tonight's contest features the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll versus the Saints of Neumann Goretti Live in the PCL Showdown. Archbishop Carroll High School and the Philadelphia Catholic League and the PIAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting our participants in a positive manner. Any profanity, derogatory comments, intimidating actions directed at student athletes, coaches, officials, or team representatives will not be tolerated, and our grounds will be removed from the stands. Now please stand and join in prayer followed by the national anthem. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. We thank God our Father for blessing these student athletes from Archbishop Carroll and Neumann Goretti with their gifts and talents. We strive to uphold Christian and gospel values in all that we do. May Almighty God bless our competition, children, coaches, officials, and all here present. We ask this through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Now for our national anthem. And now into our starting lineups. From Neumann Goretti, number 10, Christopher Evans. Number 0, Nasir Miller. Number 4, Masad Stewart. Number 2, Blaze Vespi. Number 11, Zakir Williamson. For Archbishop Carroll, number 5, Carroll. Number 3, Tyler Seward. Number 2, Chase Coleman. Number 0, Moses Hicks. Number 35, Antoine Hill. Today's officials are Derek Varsity, Patrick Topper, and John Kristolinski. Let's have a good game.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a PCL battle between the Saints of Neumann Goretti and your Patriots of Archbishop Carroll. I'm Tommy Anderson alongside Andrew Renato. Billy Egbert will join us in just a little bit for the Carroll live stream team. Your starters tonight for Carroll are Tyler Seward, Caleb Carter, Anquan Hill, Moses Hips, and Chase Coleman. And for the Saints of Neumann Goretti, you have Heisier Miller, Chris Evans, Blaze Vespi, Masood Stewart, and Zakir Williamson. Andrew, we got a good one on our hands tonight, or this afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, we got to go in. Neumann Goretti led by one of the stronger senior cores or overall cores you'll see in high school basketball across the country. 4 McDonald's All-American Game nominees. Just watch out for these guys. You'll see 2 in the middle, Blaze Vespi. Heisier Miller, number 0, leads the Catholic League in scoring as we get underway here from Radnor.
All right, we are underway. Here is Caleb Carter. Bring it up for the Patriots. He'll kick to Chase Coleman. Over to Tyler Seward. Seward will drive, stop, kicks to Anquan Hill, top of the key. He's guarded by Blaze Vespi.
The Hill-Vespi matchup's going to be one to watch. 2 really talented big men that can stretch the floor also.
Seward is going to try his luck from three. He's going to knock that down. Really big from Tyler Seward to get that three to go, as he struggled for the most part of the year from deep. It's a big-time shot as Carroll leads 3-0, and there goes Heisier Miller.
The three-quarter court pressure that we saw Carroll try to set up there, hopefully they can set that up better in the future. That'll help defensively.
There'd be Miller, leading the PCL in scoring, averaging 23 points per game to go along with 11 rebounds. Carroll's going to want to keep an eye on him at all times. So two teams trade a pair of threes to start. Minute in. Chase Coleman drives. That's going to be a charge on him. Looks like Blaze Vespi stepped in there and nicely took that one. That'll be the first personal on Chase Coleman. So we got a little bit of a wet spot on the floor, but officials say it's fine. On their way, Stewart is going to inbound to Miller. Heisier Miller is definitely going to be on the short list for PCL MVP candidates.
Miller's a Temple signee, chose to play there over Penn State, among others. Really talented guard. Got to watch him at all times tonight.
That'll be Vespi in the corner. He'll swing. Back to Stewart. In the middle, it's Williamson. Tries to put up two. Won't go. Stewart with the rebound, and Caleb Carter's going to advance this one. Into the lane, kicks to Coleman. Now it'll be Anquan Hill on the wing. Again, guarded by Blaze Vespi. That's going to be a matchup, Andrew, like you were saying, to watch. Seward to Carter. Fake the pass in the corner to Coleman. He'll put up a three. Won't go. He wanted the foul. No call. It's going to be Miller the other way. Heisier Miller. Kick it to Stewart. It's swung. It's going to be Evans will have a go from deep. That one will rattle in. The shooter's touch on that one, as that one caught the front of the rim and rolled in, as Neumann Goretti's going to extend for a little bit of pressure. And Carroll's going to get that across with no issues. 6-3 Neumann here. Almost 2.5 gone here in the first. Anquan Hill top of the key. He drives in, scoops in for two. Anquan Hill can get to the rim with those long strides in a hurry. He laid in two there for his first bucket.
Hill fights through the contact the entire way. Probably should have been a hand check on Vespi. No call, but Hill finished no matter what.
Good start from both teams here. Neumann Goretti leads by one. The reigning PCL MVPs, or champions, I should say. Reigning PCL champions. It's going to be Williamson with the mid-range two. He'll knock that down. Neumann Goretti leads by three. He's Seward, top of the key, finds Moses Hips, his first touch of the game. He'll have a three, and he'll knock that down. Looks like Moses Hips is still red hot from that career-high 27 he had in that last game against Father Judge.
Hips has got unlimited range, a freshman that's going to have to make a big impact in this game if Carroll wants to pull this one out.
Vespi will have a try in the corner, no good. Hill with the rebound. He pushes it, he's got Hips in the corner, but doesn't see him. Carroll will reset. Good start, I said, from both teams. 8 all here. Almost halfway gone here in the first. Seward's going to pull up for two. Tyler Seward, another jump shot. He's been able to get to the rim to find success this year, but if he can start knocking down jumpers, it's going to really bode well for the Patriots. Carroll with their first lead of the ball game. Miller's going to try another three in the corner, can't go. Seward's going to have a leaking Moses Hips who's going to go in and life or two. Great start here from the Patriots. They lead by 4, their largest lead of the game. Hips and Seward both have 5. It'll be Miller. Evans will try another and hit another. Chris Evans, 2 for 2 from deep. And Coach Arragale is going to call a timeout for Neumann Goretti. But great start here.
Tommy, Newman's shown that they're going to shoot the three, so is Carroll, so I think it's going to be whoever's going to make more, of course, is going to win the game. But the one thing Carroll's got to do is they're a little bit undersized. If they out-rebound Neumann Goretti today, especially in the offensive glass, if you're going to get more of those second chances and not only get them but convert them, you're going to have a really good chance of winning this basketball game today. And Carroll's got to out-rebound Neumann today. I mean, that's one of the bottom line.
Absolutely. I mean, you got Neumann. You've got a lot of length, a lot of size. As you were saying, Andrew, is going to have to be Anquan Hill. Obviously, he's one of the leading rebounders in the PCL, but it's going to have to be other guys like Caleb Carter, who's done an excellent job rebounding, Tyler Stewart. It can't just be leave Anquan Hill underneath to fend for himself, because that's when Carroll's going to get into some trouble. But it's nice to see the Patriots having success from deep so far today. As early on in the season, they really struggled shooting the three ball, but it looks like they've got those issues figured out and playing much better basketball as a result.
The one thing Carroll doesn't want to do is get into a running contest with a long athletic team like Neumann Goretti. So I think if they can set up the half court, they can get the shots they want. I really like their odds. The thing we say about Hips and Coleman too, they're two freshman guards who are scrappy in a good way. They're going to go, they're going to get rebounds, they're going to play good hard defense. And so they're going to be huge for Carroll today if they want to win this basketball game.
Absolutely, absolutely. As Caleb Carter strip but gets it back. Yeah, Chase Coleman was scoreless in the last game, but he had a brilliant game defensively. Caused a whole lot of trouble for Father Judges. Hill's going to find a cutting Caleb Carter, but he's going to be called with the charge. The second charge of the game on Carroll. Looks like Williamson's going to draw that one. That'll be Anquan Hill's first.
Hill's first, but if Hill gets 2 or 3 here early, we're going to be in some trouble. Hill's going to add that length and presence that Carroll needs desperately in this ball game.
They need to keep Hill on the floor at all times today.
I like the zone defensively. Being able to close out on three-point shooters is something they're going to have to do.
Yes, the zone can leave you open. Leave some threes open like that as Stewart will put up one and knock that down.
Yeah, and we can't let up open looks like that often, so you're going to have to be able to close out on those guys. The zone should help.
It's going to be a steal, and Heisier Miller's going the other way, and he's going to slam for 2. Coach Bo's going to quickly call out timeout there, as he does not like what he's seeing here as Neumann Goretti opens our largest lead of the game of 4. But yeah, that 2-3 zone can leave you susceptible to the 3 ball, but it looks like Carroll, as they don't play many players, is going to try to protect Anquan Hill and not let him pick up many fouls, but also out of the 2-3 zone, it can be difficult to rebound. So you really need to make sure you're getting bodies on bodies if you're Carroll, and boxing out, not letting Neumann have any second chance opportunities.
And on the offensive side of Carroll, on the defensive side from Neumann, they're playing a little bit of a matchup zone. They're keeping Williamson down low. They're really trying to force Carroll to shoot anything from, outside the free throw line, basically. They're not going to allow inside penetration. So you're going to have to knock down your jump shots, but when you can get the ball in that low post, use Hill's size and athleticism to your advantage.
And you've got Carroll here, who is 4-3. They started the season 1-3. They're on a 3-game win streak. Definitely been playing some better basketball as of late. But this is definitely their toughest test of the year. Hanging in so far, but they've shot well. As Neumann's going to try to show a little bit of pressure here. This will be Anquan Hill, who has good handles for a big man. As we were saying earlier, more of like a stretch 4 type guy. Evans tried for the steal there, went through his hands. That's going to be out of bounds, and will stay here with the Patriots.
And I like the move Coach Bo made. Harold Ivory, the junior forward in for Chase Coleman here, is going to add a little bit of length defensively and can do some work inside on the offensive side.
It's going to be Seward driving in. He'll kick the hips in the corner. He'll have that, and he's fouled. That's going to be on Evans. We saw Moses Hips convert on a 4-point play in their last game, but can't leave him open. This will make you pay.
And he's going to shoot 3, Tommy, so it's a good opportunity here at the line to get 3 points back.
And that 27 that Moses had in his last game was a season high for any Carroll player, as well as the young freshman's career high. He rattles home the first. Knocks down the second. It's a 2-point ball game here. Hips converts on all 3. Great free throw shooting, great touch from Moses Hips. As they're getting into this little zone pressure that they seem to sag off and go back into man. But they're gonna stay 2-3. Vespi has it, he'll reset. Into the game for the first time is Sean Battle, as well as Harold Ivory for Carroll. It's going to be another 3 and another triple from Chris Evans. You cannot leave him open. He's made all 3 of his attempts from deep. Neumann Goretti back up 4. Anquan Hill underneath, can't corral the pass. Loose ball, it's going to be Williamson. He finds Miller, dances in, back to Williamson, who goes up. That's going to be a foul, and if that's on Anquan Hill, that's his second, and that's not what you want from Carroll. Let's see who this foul's on.
No, and that's a little ticky-tacky. Hill straight up, but Williamson was able to draw a little bit of contact. The refs are going to call up, but that's tough. Can't have Hill with 2 this early. That's a detriment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's especially while you switched over to the zone, and Hill's going to pick up his second, but I'm not sure Carroll can even afford to pull him here.
No, there's a chance you're going to have to let him get 3 in the first half. You're going to have to play Neumann tough towards the end because you got to keep yourself in it all the way to the end.
Williamson knocks down a pair. He has 4. Neumann Goretti extends their largest lead of 6, and they bring pressure here.
Williamson, part of that special senior class for Neumann Goretti, a Buffalo, University of Buffalo signee, so very good player in his own right.
Anquan Hill open. Moses Hips open. Wanted the ball, thought about a 3, but Miller on him, he kicks. Hips will get it back in the corner. He'll try another. Moses Hips knocks down a triple. Give the freshman 11 to lead all scorers. Out of the zone, Miller's going to step into an easy 3-pointer. Carroll's going to play the zone. You can't leave these shooters open.
Yeah. Miller leads the Catholic League in all scoring. Used his vision to be able to find an open spot there to create his own shot.
Seward drives in, stops in the lane. He's got a cutting Ivory. Back out to Seward. Carter drives in. We've seen him have much success with that this year, and he has 2.
Carter fighting the entire way. A fantastic job by the senior.
With some definite contact there, but no call, but Carter finishes anyway for his first bucket. 20 seconds to go here in the first. Williamson spins, can't finish. Anquan Hill on the rebound. Looks like he's going to set up one shot here as Coach Bo wants the Patriots to set up one good look here before the end of the first. Great.
And I love to see Moses Hips take this shot, Tommy. He's been hot all game. Get the ball to him over on that wing there. Seward, oh no.
And Seward, as that tipped, is going to be battle going the other way to Vespi. He won't get that off in time, but Anquan Hill rejected that anyway. And an exciting first quarter of action comes to a close as Neumann Goretti leads this one 24-20. But up and down action, fast-paced offenses, both teams getting some nice looks and converting early on. And we have people watching from everywhere here in this broadcast. I want to give a special shout out to Stacy from Reading tuning in today, so thank you for tuning in.
Tommy, the one thing Carroll's got to be able to do is close out on the 3-point shots. Neumann Goretti was able to hit 7 of them in that quarter. I mean, that is 21 of their 24. So I feel like if Carroll, can force them inside, they do have the 2 big guys inside in Vespi and Williamson. But if you can force the ball to those 2 guys and keep the outside shots from Miller, who leads the Catholic League in scoring, and as we saw in the first half, rightfully so, and Evans, who hit 3 triples in the first quarter. I think if you get the ball inside to those big men, I think Carroll's going to be well suited in this ballgame because Carroll's been hitting the inside shots and the outside shots.
I agree with you, Andrew. And I mean, look, if you told me that Neumann Goretti's going to hit 6 3-pointers in the first quarter, I would have said they're up 15 points. But they're only up 4. Carroll has shot extremely well from the field. They've gotten quality looks in a game that we knew was going to be tough for them. Neumann Goretti, their only loss of the year was in overtime to Archbishop Wood, who's ranked 7th overall in the country. So Neumann Goretti, you can make the argument, is one of, if not the best Catholic League team we've seen. Obviously, the edge is going to be Archbishop Wood, but they're definitely the 2nd best team in the league from what we've seen thus far. And if Carroll's hanging tight with them, it's a good sign for the Patriots. If they can just hang around, stick in this game until like the 4th quarter, anything can happen. But that's obviously easier said than done with this explosive Neumann Goretti lineup.
And I think if you told a lot of people that Hasir Miller would have been leading the Catholic League in scoring to this point, people would have been shocked, but he's been playing really good. He's one of the featured guards in the league. Him along with Rasul Diggins, could have been Lynn Greer also. Lynn transferring to IMG Academy, signed with the University of Dayton this week. But Miller's really taken that spotlight on himself and really turned it into a great platform for him and playing good basketball. Carroll playing great defense inside on the big man.
It's going to be Hill. He's going to kick it to Chase Coleman. Get into the lane, kick the hips. It's a nice touch pass to Caleb Carter, who swings it down the wing, and Anquan Hill. He'll guard it by Miller. Out to Moses Hips. Evans extending far out on him. Carter, guarded by Vespi. He stops. Neumann Goretti wanted to travel, no call. It's gonna be Ivory now. Carroll very methodical, setting up for a good look here as Coleman drives all the way in, can't finish, battle with the rebound. He's taking it the other way. He kicks it in the corner for Miller, who swings to Evans. Can't leave him. Chris Evans, another one.
Evans, 4 threes from the same spot, about 30 feet out almost. That's an NBA range 3.
It's definitely going to be an adjustment that Coach Bo's going to want to make is this zone, while you're protecting Anquan Hill, as he misses the 3, you are giving up some wide open looks from deep. Miller drives in. Evans, the other wing. His first miss from deep. Williamson with his miss, though, puts it up and in. Zakir Williamson on that glass. As we mentioned, the zone does leave you susceptible to giving up offensive rebounds. And Williamson slid in there, got the miss, and put it right back up and in. Anquan Hill loses it there. It's going to be Vespi the other way. Vespi drives back out to Williamson. It's going to be Evans, another 3. And now he's missed 2 in a row after hitting his first 4. Carroll's going to want to slow things down here as Miller almost came away with the steal.
Carroll's got to settle into a rhythm here. Looked a little frantic, had the turnover on the past 2 possessions. Settle in, set up the offense.
Stewart's going to be back in the game here now. Evans is going to sit for his first time. There's so many weapons that can hurt you from Neumann Goretti. Carter into the lane, mid-range 2. That's his shot. Can't give Caleb Carter that. He will hit from there. It's going to be Williamson now on the baseline. He'll knock down 2. But Caleb Carter on the left side, he's shooting 70% from the field. So he's getting high-quality looks. He's making them. Anquan Hill, the long 2. That's a tough shot. Vespi in his face, but Anquan Hill knocks that down anyway for his second bucket of the game.
Joel Embiid liked with that step-back fadeaway in the corner there, Tommy.
That looked like what we saw from Embiid to ice that game.
Carter's going to live in that mid-range for Carroll. He's averaging 14 points and almost 7 rebounds a game. He's taken the starter's role here as a senior, and he's grabbed it, and he's taken it well. As you see, Seward on the drive will get blocked by
and Seward
Miller
throws it
as
away.
Vespi controls. But like we said, Carter's really taken this role, and he's scoring, he's rebounding, and he's doing a lot for Carroll, and being a vocal leader on the floor as well.
Yeah, he's really stepped into that role for Dean Coleman Newsom, who's out this year with a knee injury, and Carter's really performed well. Vespi's going to have an open look from 3, and he'll knock that down. Carroll's going to call another timeout, as it looks like Neumann Goretti is having a shoot-around out here with the kind of looks that they're getting.
And as much as the zone's going to help you close out on 3-point shooters, theoretically it should, but it's not. I think Carroll's going to have to go to something else defensively. You're going to need something that's going to be able to get these 3-point shooters off their mark, because these guys are hitting from everywhere.
So, and Neumann Goretti, they've got players who are all over the score sheet. Obviously, you have Heiser Miller, who's averaging 23.3 points per game, which is good for first in the Catholic League, but Williamson's averaging 15.7. Stewart's got just under 9. You've got Bombera, who hasn't even checked in yet, averaging just under 8. Vespi has 7. Evans has 7. But this is a balanced offensive attack from Neumann Goretti, and they're putting it on full display here as this Carroll zone is having no success defensively.
Evans nearly doubling up what he's averaging in the first half here. He's got 12 already with 4 threes. His average is 7 on the season. Neumann, I think, is a team that's going to surprise a lot of people. 3-1 in the PCL. They're the defending champions. They've had a lot of guys go and play Division I basketball somewhere, but they've replenished their talent, and they've really rebuilt with this senior core, and they've got some guys under them too. But I think this is almost a one last run from them here with these seniors and everything. I mean, they got 4 of them who are going to go play Division I basketball somewhere and are all McDonald's All-American Game nominees. So these guys are really going to help them this season, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. But it definitely a surprising team with the amount of talent they lost.
Yeah, they're losing, obviously, Jordan Hall, who just had a triple-double yesterday for St. Joe's in their second win of the season. Hakeem Bird's playing at Marist. So you've got guys from last year's senior class that are gone as Coleman misfires.
Tommy, and that's when Carroll's got to get the offensive rebound there. You got to capitalize on that.
It's going to be a good look from Stewart, but he can't hit it. That's going to be a foul. Looks like that's going to be on Nasir Fenkins, who's just checked into the game. That's his first. Seward's going to get things going here with the Patriots. But yeah, like we were saying, Neumann Goretti did lose some core seniors, but you see programs like Neumann Goretti and Roman, they don't rebuild, they reload. And they're fully loaded here, looking for their back-to-back PCL championship as Vespi comes away with the steal. 2-on-1, Hull trying to go in, and he slams it. A poster for Blaze Vespi. So they lead by 12. Coleman loses it. Stewart tries to save it, but he's stepping out of bounds. And Neumann Goretti's defensive intensity has really picked up here.
And this is Neumann's game. They're going to harass you on defense. They're going to play really tight man-to-man. As we've seen, Blaze Vespi's guarding Anquan Hill at the 50 logo in the middle of the court. So that's their game. They're going to guard you guys everywhere. And it's working out for them pretty well so far tonight.
They're really extending the pressure, making Carroll catch the ball far away from the basket. As that pass goes out of bounds, Anquan Hill doesn't think there's any right that ball went out of bounds, but regardless, that's the call that was made on the floor. As you see for the first time, Nick Lamey's going to check in for the Patriots. But you see Carroll was in this game at the end of the first quarter, and just how explosive Neumann Goretti is, they can just extend the lead in a hurry. They're up 12 here, with just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Miller. It's going to be Battle driving all the way in, who lays in for 2. That's going to be Sean Battle's first bucket. And it's the largest lead of the game for Neumann Goretti. They're up 14.
Tommy, I don't think I can understate enough how much a bucket would mean here as Carter gets fouled on the way to the hoop with a block on.
Looks like that's going to be on
the seat Stewart.
Yes. That'll be his first. But Carroll really does need to stem the tide here. A bucket would be large.
Nick Lamey, the senior guard, checked in. He's definitely going to help on the defensive front. He can hit some threes too, but he's going to play some really good aggressive defense. PCL MVP in football.
Anquan Hill collects the inbounds, guarded by Feggins. Hill's going to reset top of the key here now. Kicks to Lamey.
Hill's got to use his athleticism to get by Ferguson there.
Hill on Feggins, kicks it to Seward. Already has a 3 today. He knocks down another one. Tyler Seward coming into this game had only 1 3 of the season. He has 2 here, and a much-needed bucket from Carroll to cut this to 11. But Rob Wright, the freshman, checks in. He misfires from 3. Moses Hips going the other way. Miller tried to block that. That's going to be a foul. And I see Miller. Great aggressive take from Hips, knowing he's going to get the contact there, but went up strong anyway. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
A freshman like that who's not going to stray away from contact is going to have a heck of a 4 years here in the Catholic League. I mean, that's what you want to see from these kids.
Yes, I mean, you don't see a lot of players don't get action on varsity till junior and senior year. And I mean, there's been cause for this. Obviously, Carroll lost some graduates, they lost some transfers, injuries, but Moses Hips is going to be getting minutes anyway. And he has done wonders with them so far, averaging 11.3 points per game. As Hips has to check out here for some reason.
I believe Hips cut his hand open on the rim when he was smashed into by Miller.
Looks like they're going to sub him out, and that means Neumann's going to be able to choose someone off the Carroll bench to shoot these free throws, unless Hips can stay in, which it looks like he's trying to advocate for.
He's definitely trying to advocate for it. It looks like Bo's going to have to go to the bench. Chase Coleman's going to come in and shoot these free throws for Moses Hips here, as Moses Hips goes over to the training table. Coleman, another one of the freshman guards. He's not going to do a ton of scoring, but he does a lot of stuff on defense. He does a lot of stuff setting up the offense. He's a guy who's definitely going to develop and flourish into a great player in the Catholic League, as he unfortunately misses the first.
This is the first. Obviously, you hope Moses Hips can just come right back in after that hard foul from Miller.
Refs letting him play a little bit. Only 7 combined fouls in a game that's been fairly aggressive. One of the more aggressive games we've seen all season, and physical, but the refs are going to watch it and see him play. They're going to have a stoppage.
Looks like there's a clock issue here. Not sure.
Clock didn't run after that last free throw, it looks like.
The ref saying put 2:10 on the clock there. We just watched Rob Wright put on a show in the freshman game. He's already getting minutes here for the varsity team, and he's going to be some player for Neumann Goretti. Miller guarded by Carter. That's the matchup that the Patriots want. Carter, their best defender. Looks like Nick Lamy, oh no, rather Chase Coleman's going to get called for the foul there.
A little bit of a ticky-tack one there. It looked like it was a kickball. They called the foul first, but I like the way Nick Lamy closed out on Chris Evans from the spot almost 30 feet out where he's hit 4 so far.
So that'll be Chase Coleman's second. 11-point lead here. As Miller looks like he got fouled, but a very late call.
A late whistle, but warranted. That was a tough foul on Miller.
Looks like that's going to be on Carter. That'll be Caleb Carter's first. So you have Hill and Coleman with 2 fouls for the Patriots, but no one in terrible foul trouble yet. It'd be nice for both of them to not pick up another one before the halftime break. Miller rattles out in the first.
Miller, a rare miss from the free throw line. Not only does Miller do it scoring too, he's gonna, as a guard, he's averaging 11 rebounds, and obviously the point guard averaging 5.7 assists. So I mean, he does a lot for this Neumann Goretti team.
He does miss both free throws there, and it's going to be Coleman taking it the other way. Got Nick Lamy in the corner. He's guarded by Miller. Steps nicely around him. Pass to Stewart is deflected. And as Stewart tries to save it, it's going to stay here with the Patriots.
Tommy, another possession where it cannot underestimate how big a basket would be here for the Archbishop Carroll Patriots.
Definitely, to get the score under 10 would be large, and to go into halftime under 10 would be a major victory for the Patriots. Minute 30 here to go. Here in the first half, Stewart stops in the lane. Gonna put up a tough shot, leaves that short. Ivory fought for the rebound, but it's gonna go to Williamson. And Masood Stewart's gonna stake it the other way. Miller scoreless here in the second quarter, after having 8 in the first.
Evans thought twice about pulling that on the 6'8" long slender man, Anquan Hill.
Williamson loses it into the lane. Lamy tries to save
on the
it.
floor, and I believe that'll be Carroll basketball, Tommy.
Looks like it's a jump, and the possession arrow does point in favor of the Patriots with exactly 1 minute to go here in this first half. As Moses Hips has that finger taped up, but that's on his right index finger. That's his shooting hand, so you hope that doesn't have any effect on his jumper, as Carroll's going to need him to knock down a lot of shots here if they want to get back into this game. Hips collects at top of the key, stops mid-range, leaves that short. Looked like it was partially blocked. Evans has it up to Miller. Neumann has numbers. Hill slow to get back. Passes tips. Gonna be Rob Wright in the corner. He dances around Caleb Carter and finishes the freshman. The impressive move. And that foul's gonna be on Carter, his second.
Carroll within one of the bonus, only 34 seconds left. Shouldn't be too bad, but Carroll's going to need a bucket on this next possession as Neumann looks to go up 14 here, as Hill ties his shoe.
Rob Wright, a quick guard, can get to the rim, can shoot it. He's going to be a very impressive player in the Catholic League for years to come, as he completes a 3-point play to tie Neumann Goretti's largest lead in the game at 14.
Neumann going a little offense, defense. They put right in for the offense. They're going to battle back into play some defense here with the final closing 30 seconds of this half.
Anquan Hill setting things up. Go to Carter. Carter's going to stop, take a tough mid-range two, leave that short. Evans on the rebound. 18 seconds to go. It's going to be Miller. He drives, losing it out of bounds with Stewart, but he saves it to Evans, and now back to Miller.
Newman's going to set up for one. I'd almost like Seward to pressure here.
Miller can't get it to go. Floorboard goes to Caleb Carter, and that's going to do it for the first half. This was close in the first quarter. Carroll only trailed by 4, but now Neumann Goretti's extended this lead to 14. As we're going to bring you a halftime interview here. Billy Engler's going to interview head football coach Kyle Detweiler. You're not going to want to miss that.
Welcome, Assistant Coach Jesse, to the halftime show. Thank you for coming to meet us. How do you feel the team played in the first half?
We're doing well. I think Neumann, they're making a ton of shots. We got to continue to make their shots more contested.
What player stepped up so far?
So far, Tyler Sue, he's hitting his mid-range. He's getting his driving kicks, and then Moses Hips is knocking it down too.
Gotcha. What adjustments do you feel need to be made to beat Neumann today?
They're killing us from the three, so we got to take a step up and make them drive to the basket.
Did Neumann surprise you in any way?
No, we knew they could play, but we also know we can play, so it's just going to be a battle to the fourth quarter.
Definitely. Well, thank you for your time, and we'll send it back up to Billy for the halftime interview.
Welcome to the halftime show, where I'm pleased to be joined by Coach Kyle Detweiler. Coach Detweiler is the head football coach here at Carroll. What got you into coaching?
Well, at some point our playing careers all come to an end, and I was done playing in college. I didn't know, what I wanted to do, but football had been such a big part of my life for the last umpteen years, and I said, maybe I'll just try helping out, coaching, give coaching a shot, and did the local high school, where I'm from, and fell in love with it, and I said, this is it. This is what I want to, this is how I want to give back to the game, and this is how I want to stay involved.
What brought you to Carroll to coach?
Well, the guy who gave me my first crack at being a coach, he said that this was a program, it was a school that was going through a transition, looking for a new voice, new leadership, but had a lot of positives. And, I felt like I had a pretty good gig going where I was at, and it was going to take a special situation for me to jump ship. And I'd known Mr. Quintos for a really long time, and it seemed like a program that had a lot of potential. And the pieces just kind of came together, and that's why I'm here now. I'm happy to be here, obviously, and honored to have the title that I do.
So what do you like most about coaching, and what do you not like most about coaching?
For me, the best part about being a coach is seeing the growth and the development out of kids like yourself. That's where the reward comes from. Obviously, everybody loves to win games, and this year, being the first team to ever play in a state playoff game for Carroll, being the first team to ever win the state playoff game for Carroll history, it's cool stuff. But a kid who comes in here as a ninth grader and then graduates as a senior and goes on to play football in college, and the progression over those 4 years, that's the best part of it. And the worst part is having to see those kids leave. Definitely, without a doubt, graduating those classes.
You mentioned that first ever playoff win in Carroll history. How proud are you of that team this year?
Yeah, I mean, just in any year, that would be an awesome achievement in any year. But in the year that we've had with the COVID-19 pandemic, are we going to play? Is this season happening? Okay, it is. Is it going to be a full season? It's abbreviated. Limitations, so many protocols, procedural things. So I think anytime you make the state playoffs, that's a great year. You win a state playoff game, that's a better year. But to do it with all of the factors that we had affecting us was just awesome. I'm super proud of this team.
You mentioned developing players. How important is it for athletes to stay in shape, especially like a Nick Laney and a Daryl Simpson, who play for the Patriots basketball team and we're all pros in football this year?
Absolutely. I encourage our kids to do anything and everything. I love the kids who want to be with our sport all year round as much as I do the guys who play 3 sports. You can get so much better with your athletic development and your agility and your skill and your hand-eye coordination. A sport like basketball, your lateral movement, lateral quickness, those kind of things. There's so many benefits from playing other sports. I always encourage those kids, always support those kids. I know I may not be universal in that. I know there's a lot of coaches who prefer, kids stuck to one sport. And I know, there's a lot of coaches who would prefer their kids not play football because they want them to focus on their sport or worried about injuries or those kinds of things. But I'm always encouraging our kids to play basketball, wrestle, lacrosse, track, because you can get athletically more developed and better in a lot of other sports outside of just ours.
I would like to thank Coach Detweiler for joining us today, and we will see you for the start of the second half.
Thank you.
All right, so we're just about ready to get started here in the second half as Neumann Goretti leads Carroll 41-27. Andrew, what are Carroll's stats so far in the first half?
Moses Hips, the young freshman, led the way with 11. Chase Coleman, unfortunately, with 0 for the starters. Tyler Seward with 8. Caleb Carter and Anquan Hill had 4 each. No bench scoring is something we're going to look at. Hopefully the bench can get more involved here in the second half. Tommy, talk to us about Neumann in the first half.
Neumann Goretti has a very balanced attack from them. Chris Evans led the way with those 4 threes. He's got 12 points. Isaiah Miller and Zakir Williamson both have 8. Blaze Vestby added 5. Masood Stewart and Rob Wright both have 3 points. We are just about ready to get going here. Starters
Tommy.
of both teams are back in.
Key to the second half for Carroll. We have a stoppage here for some reason. And they're getting the scoreboard reset. Key to the second half for Carroll. Convert off the turnovers and get the bench involved. If these bench guys can score when they're playing these minutes, that's going to be huge for them. But converting off the turnovers that they cause is going to be big for them.
And Carroll's been sticking in the zone. Big man Daryl Simpson, a no-go today. So that might be why Carroll's a little bit undersized and having to play Anquan Hill more, as that's not what he wanted for the Patriots, as he just picks up his third. Claiming he went straight up. It looked like he did, but regardless, he'll get called with the foul there. And it's going to be Masood Stewart. He's going to go to the line and shoot too. Stewart knocks down the first. He had a triple in the first. He's up to 4 points now.
See, Harold Ivory starts the second half for Carroll in place of Chase Coleman.
Stewart knocks down both of those. There's going to be Carroll going the other way, down 16. Coach Bo telling his players at halftime, if we can just chip away at this lead, get back to something, maybe like 8 to 10 points going into the fourth quarter, that'd be a win for the Patriots. Obviously, you can't score 16 points all at once. You got to obviously play stellar defense and just try to set up for good quality looks on the offensive side of the ball. It's going to be Stewart spinning into the lane. He'll go up. Can't finish. Williamson with the rebound. He pushes ahead. Miller thought about a three. Now he'll drive and reset. Neumann Goretti shouldn't be in any hurry here as Evans puts up another. He hits his 5th triple of the game. Chris Evans on fire from deep. Give him 15. He's the game's leading scorer.
Evans is a sweet stroke and he likes to hit it from deep, so definitely something to watch out for. We saw in the first half. Looks like he's going to keep going in the second. As Carter got poked in the eye. In the NBA, they look at that for a flagrant. I don't think they'll do that here in the PCL.
Looks like they're going to call that on Evans.
Yeah, Evans picks up his second without Carroll inbound from the baseline.
Stewart running out of time, does get it in. It's going to be tipped away. Good anticipation from Evans, looking like a defensive back, reading the eyes of Caleb Carter, deflecting that pass out of bounds. That'll be a side out of bounds for the Patriots.
Tyler Stewart's thoroughly impressed me this afternoon. He's got 8 points, but he plays a really physical style of basketball that's really going to help Carroll when they get to games like this against Neumann, games against Archbishop Wood, and deeper into this Catholic League schedule. I think he's going to be a big attribute to the Patriots, the senior transfer from the Haverford School.
Anquan Hill in the paint, kicks it back out. It'd be nice to see Hill get going. Obviously guarded by Vespi. It's a good matchup. Hips with a nice look to Ivory. Back to Hill. Good ball movement from the Patriots. Anquan was kind of stuck with it behind the basket, flipped it up, and draws the foul. It's going to be Miller's second. That's something to keep an eye on if Miller does pick up his third. Obviously their best player.
Carroll, good ball movement there. One extra pass there to Hill. You'd like to see Ivory pull that. Hill lines up at the free throw line regardless.
Yeah, so Ivory might not have wanted to get his shot blocked, but he made a nice pass, but you would like to see Ivory go up with that one. But the extra pass was made, and Anquan Hill's going to the line. Shooting 63% from the line coming into the year. Coming into this game, I should say, as he knocks down both. Carroll cuts his lead to 17.
Hill leads the Patriots in scoring and rebounding. He's going to have to score a lot here in the second half.
Miller races in, he lays in two. This is the type of game Carroll doesn't want to get in now, but obviously they're down a lot, and Neumann Goretti was like track meet style offense. Carroll's really going to have to try to stay disciplined here. Not rush, but still get good looks, but know that they are down 19. They're going to need to get back in this game in a hurry as Carter's shot's blocked. Miller goes up to Vespi. It can't go, but Miller cleans up the miss. Back-to-back buckets from Isaiah Miller. He's got 12.
Definitely an interesting no call on the offensive side. Carter got mugged. They didn't call it though. The rest of them play a little bit. It's interesting.
It's going to be in Anquan Hill. Spins on Vespi, turns around, use that short. Ivory tries to go over Miller for the rebound, can't get it. It'll be Miller. Carroll pleading for a travel. Even Miller thought he couldn't do that as he passed the ball, looks like to himself, but no call. Neumann had a good look from 3, won't go, and Miller picks up his 3rd right there.
Miller does pick up his 3rd, Tommy. And Neumann with 3 quick ones here, less than 4 minutes into the half.
Obviously, Neumann has a comfortable lead now. But your best player picks up his 3rd foul. That's something that Coach Aragon can't be pleased with.
Yeah, and Carroll's going to have to go to a run here very soon, Tommy, before it gets too late.
Stewart with a tough running layup won't go. Miller up ahead to Evans. They can get up the floor in a hurry. Evans lays in for 2. Carroll calls timeout. They trail by 23.
Tommy, when we talk about a run, we're talking about something like in the 10-0 to 15-0 range. Carroll's going to have to play defense, turn defense into offense, and get some points to keep this game within reach.
Yes, and it's looking like this explosive Neumann Goretti offense really got going. Carroll was scoring with them in the first quarter, but 20 points in the first quarter, only 9 for the Patriots since then as Neumann Goretti has exploded. They lead by a score 52-29, their largest lead of the game. Chris Evans has 17 to lead all scorers. But obviously we knew coming into this game it was going to be a challenge for the Patriots. It would have been nice to see them keep this close. I'm not saying they're out of this game yet, but it's not looking so good at the moment. But there are some encouraging signs. Like I said, they were shooting really well in the first quarter, making some shots, moving the ball well, and they're competing.
The shooting's big for Carroll. I mean, we saw games where they were shooting near 20% from the field. They're getting that number up into the low 40s, even into the 50s at some point to the Judge and O'Hara games. So shooting the ball better is going to poise them for a good run. And I think this is a team that can make a run in the PCL playoffs.
It'll be Anquan Hill bringing up the ball. We've seen him do that a number of times today. Obviously, he's Carroll's tallest player there, big man, but not necessarily that in skill set. He's got a lot of guard-type skills. As Carter turns it over, it's going to be Miller. Up to Battle, who just checked in. Sean Battle has his 2nd bucket. He has 4. Sewer's going to be fouled on the floor. I think that's going to be on Evans. That'll be Evans' 3rd. So you have Newman's 2 leading scorers of this contest with Chris Evans and Isaiah Miller, both with 3 fouls. Let's see how Coach Aragon plays it. Like I said, Neumann leads this one comfortably, but still an interesting aspect to look out for here as Hill blows by Williamson, floats up 2. That's a matchup that Carroll will like. Williamson is just not quick enough to keep up with Anquan Hill as he floats in 2. Anquan Hill has 8 now. Evans left alone in the corner, leaves that just short. Williamson on the offensive glass. He goes up and finishes. Seward tried to draw the charge. No call there.
I thought he did.
Williamson in double figures with 10. Will be Moses Hips. Seward another 3, leaves that short. It looked good, but nice to see Tyler Seward shooting the ball better. As Miller floats in, goes with the reverse. You can count it, plus the foul. It's going to be on Moses Hips. That'll be his 1st. But Miller has already got 14 here as he's heating up.
Nick Lamy checked in for Tyler Seward, hopefully to give them something on the defensive end.
That one rattles around and in for Miller. He's got 15 now.
Miller showing why he's the front runner for PCL MVP and the leading scorer in the Catholic League this year.
Hill stuck with the top of the key. Vespi on him. Gets it to Coleman. Chase Coleman kicks it to Ivory in the corner. They play catch. It'll be now Anquan Hill. Neumann Goretti has played some excellent defense after that first quarter, really making it difficult for Carroll to get anything easy here. As Coleman drives in, looks like he's fouled by Feggins, who's claiming he went straight up. But Coleman was kind of sandwiched in between Feggins and Miller there, and he'll get the call.
One thing to look at there, Neumann with 5 already, 2 more, and Carroll's going to be shooting for the rest of the half. We still have 3 to play in the third quarter.
Coleman goes all the way in and lays for 2. Chase Coleman's first bucket. That'll be big for the freshman. Hopefully that'll get him going. As you said, Andrew, yes, if Carroll can get to the free throw line and draw fouls, that's what they're going to want to look to do. Get Neumann already in foul trouble with some of their key players. Carroll can get into the bonus, maybe chip away from the free throw line.
We've seen Hill have to dribble a lot today. I wonder if that's something Coach Bo's working on with him. Is a foolish turnover there by Harold Ivory that blocks the player from getting to the hoop.
Ivory's going to pick up the foul there. You can see Coach Bo telling Harold, just wait a minute. Don't rush things. Be patient, as that handoff was misread between Ivory and Hips, and that was a foul.
An avoidable turnover, but something those two will work on as they continue to develop into big-time players for the Patriots here.
Vespi goes all the way in with contact, finishes. Blaze Vespi with a nice finish. You can give him 7. Neumann Goretti leads this one by 28 points. Hill running in and slamming for 2. That is a momentum builder for the Patriots, as Vespi and Feggins crashed into each other on that one. Anquan Hill in the double figures now with 10. And Vespi answers on the other end. You can give him 10 as well.
Vespi a little bit of an under-the-radar product. Only got 1 Division I offer. It looks like from Fairleigh Dickinson. Hips tries the long three middle and catch nothing but air. But Vespi's been really impressive today, playing really good defense on Anquan Hill, showing his talent on the offensive side, showing how he's under the radar, and he was a McDonald's All-American Game nominee, so see if he picks up any late offers from any local schools.
Rob Wright, the freshman's going to check in for Miller, probably protecting him with those 3 fouls. Don't want him to pick up any more before the fourth quarter. We saw an uncharacteristic air ball from Moses Hips. You got to wonder, is that finger that was injured in the first half, is that going to be a factor for him?
Great defensive play by Nick Lamy there, Tommy.
It'll be battle underneath here. He gets it to Rob Wright. He thought about a 3. Now it's kick to Battle, who has a nice look for 3, and he drains it. There's so many players who can hurt you on this Neumann Goretti roster. Battle has 7 now. Anquan Hill has a good look from 3. Just long. Vespi's going to track down the rebound, and he's going to take it the other way. Loses the handle, gets it back into Feggins. He'll lay up and in. Nasir Feggins has his first bucket of the ball game. Hill into the lane, loses it, gets it back, and gets it to Seward. Seward drives all the way in, floats up 2, off the backboard, and a nice take from Tyler Seward. He's in the double figures now with 10.
Seward showing his physical ability and ability to get to the basket, playing through the contact all the way in.
Vespi brings it across. Nice look underneath for Stewart, but it's stolen away by Nick Lamy. Good hands there as Coleman's going to bring it the other way. Chase Coleman going all the way in, lays it 2. Over the taller Blaze Vespi. Nice take from the freshman. He's got 4. And Battle turns it over to Seward now. Seward, odd man here, 1-on-2. He flips it up, no good. Gets his own miss. Goes back up. Vespi gets a piece of it. Goes through the rim, back to Ivory, falling down. Can't hit it. Feggins tries to go for it. Loose ball here. Hill corrals it. He stops. 1 second to go. He's not going to get a shot off. A wild sequence there to end the third quarter, but it's been all Neumann Goretti here after the first. They lead it by 30 by a score of 69-39.
Tommy, one thing I think Coach Bo and the staff are going to have to evaluate at the end of this game is the defensive side of the basketball. The offense has been good. It's a little shaky compared to the last game, but it's nothing to be super alarmed at. But 69 points through 3 quarters is definitely something they're going to have to evaluate. We've seen the press zone work, but with a team as athletic as Neumann Goretti, when you go play teams like Wood and possibly Roman and LaSalle again down the road, I think you're going to have to evaluate how you're going to attack them on the defensive side of the ball.
I think the defense could be due to a number of factors today. Obviously, I think in large part it's just due to the explosiveness of this Neumann Goretti team and the variety of players that can hurt you. But obviously, they're missing Daryl Simpson today. He's your backup center. So you need a play zone to protect Anquan Hill. You don't want him to pick up any fouls. And this zone look has just left Neumann Goretti with 3s all day today. Really quality looks, and they're not going to miss them too often. And we've seen that today. They've knocked down a variety of shots all over the floor, but especially their threes. And they lead this one by 30, and they could get into this 80, 90 point total, which is definitely going to win you a lot of games in the Catholic League if you score that many.
It sure is. And the thing I struggle with too is the zone makes sense for a small rotation. They're going to be able to conserve energy down the stretch, and they're going to be able to play more guys for more minutes. It's a shame. It's really a shame that it hasn't worked because it's the right defense for the team. The execution may need a little bit of work, and that's something Coach Bo and the team can work on in practice. Next game's Lansdale on the 25th, so they're going to have some days of practice here. Maybe an off day or two, but some days to get back into it, back into the back half of this Catholic League schedule as they look to make a run towards the playoffs here, and the state playoffs too.
Absolutely, and this is in many ways a new look Carroll team. Just thinking of the players that they lost via graduation and transfer and injury, so they're just trying to figure things out really. Obviously, not a lot of preseason, no preseason games. This is like the only games they play the entire year, is just the Catholic League games. So you really have to just, pretty much you're just going into the fire and you're trying to experiment with what works for your team and what doesn't. And they found a little bit of success these past 3 games, going on a 3-game win streak, but they'll definitely make some adjustments going forward. As Hips drives in, floats up 2, leaves that short. Hill is down on the floor.
Zanquan Hill gets up limping. Tommy, one thing you noted there was injury. Dean Coleman-Newsome in the building today, one of the starting point guard as a freshman last year. Unfortunate knee injury that's going to keep him out for the rest of the season, but imagine what one more player in that rotation, especially at Dean's caliber, could do for this team.
Absolutely. I mean, Dean Coleman-Newsome was fantastic for Carroll as a freshman. Big downhill guard, can get to the rim, can shoot it. And his absence has been felt. Caleb Carter has stepped into his role and played very well. But having Dean in the rotation would have been huge for the Patriots. As Anquan looks like he's ready to check right back in. He's all right. That's very good for the Patriots. Looks like it's going to be an offensive foul on Ivory on the illegal screen.
They're going to call that every time you stick your leg out to impede the player, Tommy.
It'll be Miller here. Over to Battle. Back to Williamson. He drives all the way. A nice take from the big man. Can't finish it though, and Hips with the rebound. He's a nice outlet to Tyler Seward, leaking the other way. But he leaves that rebound off the rim. It's going to be Miller the other way. Up and down action here to start. Battle with a good look from 3. Rims out. Seward with the rebound. Carter in the corner. Coleman for 3. Just long. Vespi with the rebound, but he loses it out of bounds, and that's going to stay here with the Patriots. And we're at the point of a running clock here as Neumann Goretti leads by 30. Whenever a team gets down 30, the clock does not stop, I believe. Only on free throws does it stop. But this is a big 6 minutes for Carroll. Just work on their game. Don't worry about the scoreboard as much. Just think how they can figure out their offense going into their next game. Seward drives in, stops, mid-range 2. He rattles that home. Nice bucket from Tyler Seward. Give him 12.
Seward's been great for them today. Probably the player of the game on Carroll. Offensively and defensively, it's been so good for them. He was visibly distraught after not being able to make the layup last possession, but comes back and hits the nice mid-range 2.
Miller crosses over by Carter. Kicks it to Vespi in the corner. Good luck from 3. No good. Evans skies for the rebound. Tries to get it in the corner to Miller, but that's deflected out of bounds by Caleb Carter. Nicely done there from the senior. So that was going to be a wide open Miller 3. Battle's going to inbound. We saw inbounds went to him for 3 last possession. That won't be the case here as Williamson spins with it, but Anquan Hill blocks that. He loses that ball out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Patriots.
And he blocked it off the guy he blocked it from, so that Carroll's going to get possession. Hill handling the ball out for Carroll today. It's an interesting thing. They like him off the dribble, I guess, so we'll see how that transpires moving forward. As Carter pulls a 3, long rebound against Miller.
It'll be Miller here now. Steals it away. Chase Coleman glides in, rattles around, no good. Hung on the rim for about 2 seconds, it felt like. It's going to be a foul on the floor. I think that's going to be on Vespi. That's only Blaze Vespi's first foul, though.
And for a big guy to pick up his first foul with 4.5 left in the fourth quarter, some pretty talented defense. Vesty's been playing really good defense on Hill throughout the entire game, guarding him all the way out to the logo. He's been following him wherever. Newman knew how to neutralize Carroll's biggest threat, which was Hill.
Yes, Hill does have 10, but if you can limit Anquan Hill to 10 points, you're doing your job. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the fourth. Seward will go into the lane again. Tyler Seward has made some nice finishes in the lane, contested with contact. You can give him 14. He's Carroll's highest scorer. Williamson trapped, gets it out to Battle, and Neumann Goretti in no particular hurry here. Battle drives, kicks to Vespi for another wide open look from 3. That won't go.
Newman
Seward with a
started
long pass to Carter, and that's intercepted by Hasier Miller. Miller goes all the way in, lowers a shoulder on Coleman, no call. It's going to be 2-on-1 for the Patriots. Hill to Hips, throws his hips away in 2. That's his first bucket since the first half. He is 13.
Good awareness by Hill there to get the ball to Hips, but on the other side of the ball, Chase Coleman got that ball stolen away from him on a long pass, and he followed Miller all the way to the basket and was able to deflect the shot enough to make sure it didn't get home as Battle finishes there in a timeout, Neumann Goretti.
The Battle finishes there. That's only Neumann Goretti's first basket of the fourth quarter. But they still lead comfortably here at 71-45. Neumann Goretti looking like they're on their way to improving to 4-1 here in the Catholic League. As I mentioned earlier, their only loss to Archbishop Wood. But it looks likely that those two teams may meet again in the Catholic League final.
Yeah, Wood and Neumann, both the, I guess, front runners here in the Catholic League. Two teams that are loaded with talent, and two teams that can play a deep rotation. You'll see these teams play 8, 9, even 10 players. As we see Neumann empties their bench here to get some of their guys some time. That'll be valuable for them going up against some Carroll players moving forward, and especially into the Catholic League playoffs, and just for their overall development as basketball players. Catholic League's arguably the best league in the country to play high school basketball, so it's invaluable experience that these guys can get here.
And you have, for Neumann Goretti, it's going to be Feggins who we've seen, Rob Wright who we've seen, but for the first time it's Amir Williams, Kafik Myers, as Hill misses the 3. And then Stewart stays in as well.
Rob Wright's a guy who stood out to me tonight, Tommy. He had that and one at the end of the first half, but you can see he's got the talent. If he gets more playing time here down the stretch, as a freshman and as he develops, I think he's a special player for this Neumann Goretti team going forward in the Catholic League. Seward falls, keeps his dribble. What a play.
Hips left wide open in the corner. Moses Hips rattles out. But you're right, I like what I've seen from Rob Wright. He's going to be, if he sticks around in the Catholic League, a very special player for years to come. There's going to be an offensive foul on Stewart. Nicely done there by Chase Coleman. That'll be Stewart's second. It's just been a complete performance of Neumann Goretti from start to finish. We're just under 2 as Coleman again gets to the rim. Leaves that long one, the foul, no call. It'll be Myers in the corner, Rob Wright for 3. No good, Hips corrals the rebound. Goes up ahead to Coleman. There Chase Coleman will stop and finish nicely. Good connection there, freshman to freshman. Coleman has 6 now.
All 6 in the second half for Coleman. Good to see him come on after no points against Father Judge.
Anquan Hill secures the tipped rebound. Stops. Has Seward thought about a 3. Instead will drive all the way to the rim. He's fouled and he'll count the basket and the foul.
A great take by Tyler Seward there, showing his physicality and ability to get to the hoop again, Colin.
Yes, he's got 16. He'll go to the line for 1 more.
Seward shooting the 3 this game too. Hadn't shot the 3 particularly well throughout the beginning of the season, but hit his second and third of the season today. So we'll see if that's something that he can continue to do moving forward as he shoots his back half of his and one here.
misses that one long. It'll be Battle who's checked back in. Right, gets by Ivory, goes with the reverse layup, can't get it, gets his own miss, puts it back up and in. Rob Wright showing flashes here of what he can be. The freshman has 5. Coleman with the nice move. He'll go up with the left, no good. Feggins tries to crowd the rebound. That'll stay here.
I think the one thing Carroll's missing the most this year is the length. With Camden, guys like John Camden and Tyree Kemmer, as well as Anquan Hill last year. I think the length is something they're missing, especially in games like this. As Hill pulls a 3, it won't go. It's rebounded by Battle.
It's going to go the other way.
As the clock winds inside 30 seconds here, it looks like it's going to be a 75-49 afternoon for the Neumann Goretti Saints. But the length can definitely help, especially in a game like this. And it's just something you'd like to see Carroll add a little more in the future.
Yes. Neumann gets it across, and it looks like they're in no rush here. Wright still driving in. It's stolen away. Carroll playing to the whistle, which you'd like to see. Sewer's going to drive in, lay in 2, give him 18. That leads all scorers. But it's a wire-to-wire victory for Neumann Goretti. Score of 75-51. They improved to 4-1 in the Catholic League. Carroll falls to 3-4 in league play, but 4-4 overall. So for executive producer Devin Gallagher, Emma Talego, Lydia Mayone, Carly Connors on camera, Dylan Gallagher, Joe Bushner, and Andy Lynch on audio. Our interviewer Billy Englert, color commentator Andrew Renato. I'm Tommy Anderson. Have a great afternoon and roll Pats.